The title of this video is a reference to Harry Potter. I am a fan of the series. I'm also a fan of the Samsung Galaxy S lineup despite my previous video. And in this video, I thought we'd trace the history of Samsung Galaxy S right from 2009 up till today. Let's get started. To be clear, this is not a feature trace. I'm not going to call out every spec and feature that Samsung has ever rolled out. I just want to talk about the standouts, the things that have evolved, changed, improved, or stayed the same. The first ever Samsung Galaxy S was not actually called the Galaxy S. It was called the Galaxy i7500. Yes, Samsung had rubbish naming schemes back then. Actually, they still have rubbish naming schemes. It's just that now they are human pronounceable. Back then, they were robot pronounceable. The Samsung Galaxy i7500 had a 3.2-inch AMOLED, not LCD, screen and had 8 GB of total storage, not RAM, total storage. It launched the same year as the iPhone 3GS. Apple was a little bit ahead. They launched the iPhone in 2007, the 3G in 2008 and the 3GS in 2009. There was never an iPhone 2 in case you're wondering. The first ever Samsung Galaxy S phone as we know it was launched in 2010 and it had Android 2.2 and had a front-facing camera. If you think Android is horrible now, you have no idea. The front-facing camera was a luxury back then, so those were the days. The Samsung Galaxy S2 was the first major hit that Samsung had and it launched in 2011. It had a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED Plus screen. Yes, that's what they called it. It was also actually the same size as the Galaxy Fold's front screen, that $2,000 folding phone that's launching next month. The Samsung Galaxy S3 launched in 2012 and it had a display resolution of 1280 by 720. Sound familiar? It is actually equally good to the iPhone XR which launched last year from Apple and still today is sold for 75,000 bucks in India. Just saying. It was also the same year that Apple launched the iPhone 5C, and while some people said it was cheap or color, I prefer to think about it as competition because it was the year that Apple started to feel real competition from the Galaxy series for their iPhone lineup. The Samsung Galaxy S4 launched in 2013. It had a 13 megapixel camera. Hey, my camera on my current Note 9 is actually 12 megapixels. So iPhone users, I agree, specs don't always count. The Samsung Galaxy S5 launched in 2014 and it was impressive, but it did not knock anyone's socks off, so no one was impressed. It did, however, add IP67, water and dust resistance, a feature that OnePlus phones still do not have, and a feature which Apple added 2 years later, at which point of time they killed the headphone jack because they didn't want you to think that they were too generous. The Samsung Galaxy S6 launched in 2015 and it was the first truly innovative thing that I think Samsung ever did. They heated the glass up to thousands of degrees of Celsius and then bent it over the edge. The result was that the phone, when held in the hand, actually felt like jewelry. In 2016, Samsung launched the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. It is, without a doubt, the first truly great Android phone that I enjoyed using. I was coming from the Google Nexus 6P, an experience which forever soured me against Google's so-called hardware division. The phone had an amazing low-light camera, a good screen, and here a pro tip for anyone trying to look at a camera on a smartphone, please look for something with optical image stabilization. It makes a world of difference. The Samsung Galaxy S8 launched in 2017 and it had the horrific job of trying to make up for the infamous flaming Note 7. Samsung did this by giving us all an amazing digital assistant called Bixby. My advice for anyone trying to call the assistant is don't call the assistant, it is terrible. The Samsung Galaxy S9 launched in 2018 and it was, I believe, the first Galaxy phone to overtake the iPhone in almost every feature except software and processor. It had dual speakers, a feature which I now cannot buy a smartphone without. Here we are now in 2019, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus has launched and it is without a doubt an amazing phone. I know I've given it some flack in the past few videos, but let me tell you that what the Galaxy stands for, to me at least, is the first and the greatest. It is the first phone with all these amazing features that it has brought to the table this year, and throughout this year people are going to compare it to every other phone that launched. The Galaxy S10 has set the bar high and it has set it well.